All right, thank you guys for joining us tonight. My name is Nick Bira. I'm the game master for tonight, and this is going to be my one-shot that I developed based on the robotics department here at Oregon State University, as well as the general area and departments nearby. I'm a robotics graduate student, so I have a lot of passion for this particular area, and it's fun to explore it in a D&D campaign. I'm joined by several other people tonight who are going to be playing characters set out to save the day. Can you please describe your character first?
So I am C11H29 Healing Bot. I am a paladin that was repurposed, a robot that was repurposed to heal and protect whatever team I've been assigned.
I'm Cyrus Brightwater, cleric combat medic in a big exosuit with a big backpack on it that all of my healing drones come out of, and I've got a shaved portion of my head with a cluster of wires plugged into it that runs into the backpack, and various cerebral implants that I can use to psychically manipulate a few things.
I am Marquez, and I am in charge of infiltrating. I'm very sneaky. I'm also a liar, so I'm not sure why I got put on this team. I'm very untrustworthy, but I'm going to do my best to be a good member of the team. I am currently equipped with a sword, and in honor of my favorite hero of the Marvel movies that came out so many years ago in this timeline, I am going after my favorite hero, Hawkeye, with a bow and arrow of my own design.
I'm Bob Errol. I'm a barbarian. I'm just here to smack some stuff with my giant axe. That's all I'm here for. Lest nothing get in my way.
Excellent. So you guys want to say who you are really quick, just so the audience knows? Just introduce yourself.
Sure. My real name is AJ Glessner. I'm a theater major here at OSU.
And I'm Sam Mott. I'm a CS major here at OSU.
I'm Alessandro. I'm currently a political science major here at Oregon State in California.
I'm Robert Detgens. I am also a computer science major here.
Awesome. Well, let's dive right in then, shall we?
Let's
So,
Go.
let's go.
the date, 2027, late fall. You are all currently sitting in the back of a large aircraft carrier flying very, very far above the ocean, above the clouds actually. You're all wearing steep descent, high descent altitude suits that prevent you from suffocating, and you are preparing for an airdrop over enemy territory. You're currently, your captain, Colonel Baumgarter, is describing the current state of affairs to you and preparing you for this mission. About a decade ago, a grad student irresponsibly left a unoptimized path planning algorithm running on their laptop overnight. And before they got back the next morning, the path planning algorithm became sentient, took over the world, and caused the catastrophe that is the current state of affairs. You are now about to skydive down into the ruins of the state of Oregon University and attempt to find your way up to the ground zero where this AI intelligence emerged, defeat it, and bring back the world as you all used to know. So the Colonel Baumgarter, right in front of you, says, "Welcome, team. I hope you're all prepared. I know you all are very capable for this sort of thing. All your history of unbeaten expertise in this area is well noted and appreciated. But this is going to be probably the hardest and last mission you ever do. If you succeed, you'll never need to do another one again. We need you all to skydive down, land at the landing point of Greaser Field, south of campus, and then make your way north to the nuclear facility and disable the energy generation there. Once you've done that, it'll shut down their defense systems, and we can begin an assault on the southern border of robot territory. Once that occurs, you will be able to infiltrate to the library archives east of there and destroy PPESTs, which is the acronym for the AI, stands for Path Planning Explorative State Testing. Destroy its backups and begin the final assault on PPEST's actual location, the laptop where the grad student had once launched the system. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
What do we know about the landing zone? anything?
It should be clear. The robots have ignored it mostly. From whatever satellite images we're able to get past the clouds of nuclear fog, there is a big stretch of open grass, and that's why we picked it for your landing destination. Once you leave the stadium and head north, though, you'll be getting deeper and deeper into robot territory and may have to actually engage with the enemy. You all are very familiar with some of the enemies that you've fought in the past, including you being one of them. But I believe you have what it takes. So,
Do we know if there's anyone there who isn't going to be a robot?
anyone who is going to be a robot? Probably not. I don't think anyone is going to be alive in that area. Any students or faculty who once lived there or studied there are long gone and fled during the catastrophe that
Talk
happened.
about detention.
All right, so if
Let's
you're
go
all ready.
smash some stuff.
Great. He runs over and presses a big red button, and this big whooshing noise happens as the back of the plane opens up slowly, and you look out, all four of you lining up. You see nothing but this expanse of gray clouds below you and sort of a roiling thunderstorm kind of brewing below. You all line up and dive off the edge. He salutes you as you go, and you fall down, descending through the air. I need all of you to make Constitution saving throws for me.
Good first roll of the night.
18.
I did get 19.
Nice. So add your con modifier.
It is. Where is it?
Constitution
Nat 20
modifier
for me.
is plus 1.
Oh gosh, yeah. So
First-
20. What did you
first
get?
roll.
I got 18.
18, 20, 20.
Big 4. Powerful 4.
Okay.
23.
So, all four of you descend rapidly, breaking through the cloud barrier with the lightning storm rolling around you. You get wet. You're going down just like you've done this before, but all of a sudden there's a sudden gust of wind. It kind of knocks you off course a bit. You find yourself diverging from the group,
Do-
and you
do I see
decide
this
to
happen?
go. Say what?
Do I see this happen?
You do. You see him get kind of blown out of.
Do
out
all of us
way.
see this happen?
I'll say just you because you're closest.
Okay. Can I angle towards him at all? Like try to maneuver myself so that I can try to realign him?
Sure. Make an acrobatics check for me.
Oh,
To maneuver through the sky as you make your way towards.
Good thing I am very dexterous.
Don't you have like thruster jets on that exoskeleton of yours?
It's
He's the one with the
acceptable. It's
exoskeleton.
12.
He's also a robot.
Okay, I'll say you try to angle yourself away to keep up with your friend, but no, he disappears into the clouds.
no.
Okay.
You all continue to descend. You return back to your group and try to maintain formation, and you look for them as soon as you break the cloud barrier. You break through, and you see below you, stretching in every direction, just this desolate landscape of shattered buildings, big holes in the ground where mortars have landed and other explosions of that sort. But you do see a stretch of open space and this like shattered sort of stadium a little bit off to your left. The three of you are right above it, and you can continue to descend as anticipated. You note that you're pretty far off course.
Yeah.
You try to correct. Make
Definitely.
an acrobatics check for me.
All right. That'll go really well, I'm sure. That's a 1.
That's a 1.
Oh no.
Sorry, guys.
Oh
I'm
no.
Roll a new character.
You try to angle
That
over.
exoskeleton ain't helping you now, is it?
You try to correct your course. Another gust of wind comes out of somewhere. It's really windy in your corner of this descent and pushes you even further away. You find yourself descending down towards a group of clustered buildings to the east of the stadium, pretty far away from it. All of you make dexterity checks for me as you attempt to land. You with disadvantage since you're not landing on a clear space.
That's a 3. That's good.
19 plus 6.
All right, you're good.
13.
You're good.
an 11.
11. So
This goes bad.
you get tangled up as you're coming down, and you have your parachute open, but you try to like grab it and angles awkwardly. You take 3 falling damage as you land on the ground without any other effects. You manage to land just barely on the roof of one of these nearby buildings. You rapidly detach your parachute and look around, get your surroundings. The three of you don't see your comrade, he's missing.
Okay.
But you know the route, you all know the route to go, so you can try and reconvene in a moment.
Radios? I
You
assume?
you do have shortwave radios or whatever that you can use to communicate, but they don't work very far.
Okay.
So you can try and
Yeah,
communicate right
I'm
now.
gonna try my radio and let them know that I landed outside of the landing zone. You said east of the landing zone?
Yeah, just east of it.
Okay.
Do we hear anything?
Yeah, you do. You hear static, and his voice comes over. He seems okay.
Cyrus, where'd you go? We don't know where you are.
I landed just east of the landing zone. I'll make my way over to you as quickly as I can.
You good?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm going to be scanning around, see if there's any robots nearby.
Make a perception check for me. So the three of you are standing in the middle of Greaser Stadium, this large open expanse of rubble and dirt. What'd you get?
11.
11. You look around, no, there's really not much here. You do see like a broken, looks to be some kind of broken robot ahead of you, just like a pile of like shredded metal, but you don't really even know what model it is, and it's just not moving. It's just laying there.
Brother.
You feel no sympathy for these robots. So you guys continue on the mission, trying to reconvene?
We better go find Cyrus before we go
I'm
do anything.
on top of a building?
Yeah, you're on
How
top of the
high?
building. You're about 20 feet up,
Okay.
and you can try and climb down the side, and then you have to go west a bit to get to the main road that would take you north in the direction you want to go.
Okay.
You do all know the layout. You looked at the map thoroughly before you got there. You know that the nuclear facilities are on the far west side of this campus, and there's multiple routes you can take to get there. But you guys are going to try and reconvene first. So
That'd be a good idea.
Any
say we
ladders,
move on.
fire escape
Who
that's
needs
still
them?
make a perception check
operational?
for fire
This
escape.
is folding up
those.
enough course anyway.
Not when I roll a 4, I'm not.
We're not going to be a good team unless we have all of
4
us.
plus
They
7
picked
is
all
11.
4 of us for a reason.
Yeah, no, nothing that you see. You can try and climb down. You're going to have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and climb down.
Make a
Stronger together.
acrobatics check for me.
Maybe.
Actually, no, athletics. That's not
good.
Yeah,
The rest
That's
of us
better.
are. You feel you're good enough to go on your
14.
own?
14.
See.
Yeah, he
Gotta
goes
get
down.
yourself killed, bucko.
So you climb down, you slide a bit, you catch yourself, and you make your way down onto the road. You walk west over the open space, scanning your surroundings as you go. You do see your teammates emerging from one of the exits of that stadium, and you reconvene back in the center. You all can head north along this main road. It's sort of you see this large expanse of dirt and like crushed concrete. There are tank treads in the muck. There are all sorts of things, signs of recent activity moving along this road north and south.
Can I roll to see from perception to see if there's anything surveilling us or any surveillance?
Yeah, go ahead and make
cameras or
another perception check for finding things.
anything? 19.
Yeah, rolling well. You glance around. You don't see anything in the immediate vicinity. You don't see any cameras or any lights that would indicate something's happening nearby. But you do feel that you should probably just keep moving to avoid detection.
All right, where are we going first, boys?
Nuclear reactor.
Gotta get to the new plants.
That's the first
Let's go.
objective.
You
Somebody
think
lead the way.
Are the
Who knows
main
directions
roads
better than I do?
Are the main roads more clear than elsewhere, or are we gonna try to side like? Do
like
we
you
have
know
that
better than I
type of
would.
You
intel?
said it looks like recent activity on these main roads?
Yeah, you look
Or-
down. There's heavy, marks in the dirt and mud of tank treads, large like footprint-looking things. You're familiar with some of these things. There are tank-like weapons that the robots use, and large walking robots. There are a few things you've seen before, and they match that. So this seems to be a very hot thoroughfare in terms of movement, but it is relatively clear. And a straight shot to the nuclear facilities would be going north, and then going directly west from there.
Okay.
Guess
We
we know
should
where we're going.
probably angle a little bit. I
Yeah.
don't like
I
As
think
much as we can
avoiding
cut across
the giant walking
stuff.
robots
Yeah.
would be nice, if at all possible.
Thing is, if we stay in the clear area, we'll be able to see what we're up against if we do find anything.
I'm
also
assuming a
want
giant
to cover
walking robot
if things start
would
shooting
be
at
easily
us.
visible.
That's
or
fair.
at least audible.
That's fair.
So it sounds like you guys want to go sort of off the road and stick to the rubble and try and make your way over.
As much as we can.
Okay, so all 4 of you make stealth checks for me as you
I
sneak
am
your way along.
fantastic.
Disadvantage
Oh
rolls.
yeah.
That's
14.
1.
big 4.
Hey, say.
Health 4.
Solid. All right.
The big man, the biggest guy here, the barbarian, is the one that was the most stealthy. How?
Yep.
And the rogue.
You're not wearing
You're not
armor.
in a large exosuit.
Rogue rolls
Yep.
an
I have a
yeah.
giant axe.
I have disadvantage actually, so yeah, it's still 4. But
That's fine. So you guys stick to the rubble and go off the road, heading your way in a northwestern direction. As you go, you climb over these different chunks of rubble, passing through smaller buildings, like through archways underneath the eaves, trying to stay out of sight. At one point, you hear this kind of buzzing in the air, and you glance up and you see a swarm of these little flying things flying overhead, drones, similar to drones as we know it. You're familiar with these? They're mass-produced and sent out in large groups. They swarm their opponents and just riddle them with bullets until they're gone. So you know to stay away from those, and you guys duck under the eaves, and that seems okay. You continue on. As you are making your way along this outer perimeter, heading north, you get about halfway there. All of a sudden, over the crest of a small pile of rubble, you hear crying. It sounds like sobbing, actually.
Like human?
Human sobbing, yes.
General did say there wasn't supposed to be
I don't
anybody
trust
human here.
It's probably a robot pretending to be a person.
Not our quest.
Why don't we
but-
send C11 over here to go see what it is? Worst case, they think it's another friendly robot. Best case, healing bot, help that person.
That's not a bad idea. I was gonna say send you because you're the sneaky one, but that also makes sense.
But I don't
know how
want to
well they can
die.
Identify.
You know, you can't die, right?
Would I?
Ah, it doesn't matter.
Would we know, or would I know if they could tell that I'm not one of them, or would they have to like do some sort of check with that?
They would,
or
yeah. The robots do not inherently know
Got
that
it.
you are not one of theirs.
They're not like a hive mind where they're like, hey, you're not
Yeah.
connected to me.
Basically, it would become very apparent to them if you didn't immediately just like work with them. But yeah, they wouldn't immediately know that.
Got it. Yeah, I'll just stroll over there then.
Okay. You stroll over to the top of this hill, and as you crest, can I have your character, Minnie?
Yeah.
Yeah, so as you crest over and you walk over this hill, you see at the other far side of the hill, at the bottom of it, a small girl sitting there, like crouched up in a fetal position, sort of crying by herself, just like sitting up against this chunk of rubble. As you look over, you see actually, you hear a rushing noise, and there over these piles of rubble to the sides, you see these swarms of this black, like goo almost, just kind of pouring over the walls, kind of rushing in towards the direction where this person is. It's sort of like a blackish silver goo. Make a history check for me.
Okay. It's going to be a flat 8 for me. Or
Yeah.
actually, wait, 13, 11.
11.
God, I'm proficient.
That is not something that you are familiar with. You were removed from service long
Got it.
before whatever these things came out. You see them rapidly encroaching.
What do you see up there?
I see a girl and a bunch of goo. It's not in our quest to save civilians,
Can I use?
but it's a little girl.
Can I use my cunning action?
We need to
reach
defeat
her?
this at all. We need to defeat this goddamn
that's
AI at all costs. How? I don't feel like we need to risk our lives to save what I am assuming is
My-
some sort of dupe and
My-
meant to trick us.
My prime operative is to protect and heal my team.
Look,
So,
let me try to get in. I'm fast.
how,
you
how
are.
quickly are these
How
things moving in
far
towards
behind
it?
him are we?
Okay, so
What is your speed?
can I have all of your minis, please?
30.
So I'm going to say that this is like the edge of the hill. You guys are down at the other side.
I feel so terrible, but my
Somehow I
character
have
wouldn't
higher
do
speed than
anything.
you.
It's not.
Yeah. No, that's how it is sometimes. Okay, so that's where you guys are. You do have a high speed. You see these things, they're encroaching. They have maybe 30 feet, no, like 20 feet to go. And within the next few seconds, they're going to be on top of her. I need you guys to make a decision.
I'm gonna use my cunning action to dash and try to reach her.
Okay, so you run, you dash, and then dash again, I guess. Can you do that twice with cunning action and also?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe you can.
So which one are you? This
I'm
one?
that one, yeah.
This one. So you zip over this hill, and yeah, you totally make it up to her. You run up and you see this girl like look up in surprise at you, and then like suddenly notice all these things rushing in on her, and it's just like total confusion. What do you do?
I'm going to grab her and throw over my shoulder and try to make it back.
Okay, reach out and grab her. She doesn't resist. You grab her and run back this way. Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Yes, you're gonna come back this
Back to
way.
the group.
They converge, but they're moving pretty slowly, about like 15 feet per second, or 15 feet per round is basically. So they're converging, but they're not quite to you. You make it to the top of the hill, you're both there, you have this girl under your arm. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna stay back because I don't trust this.
Are they within 60 feet of us?
Exactly.
If
I
not,
ain't
then I'll
about
move
that.
forward until
like
they
a
are, 'cause
mimic.
I can
Yeah, they're
have
within
I
60
ain't
feet of
trusting anything here.
And a
Hell, I don't
little,
even
like
trust you
cannon
guys
thing
fully.
pops up out of the shoulder of my mech suit, and I'm gonna blast one of them with kind of like a shotgun
Okay.
laser blast.
Roll an attack.
Sacred Flame. It's a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That's a fail.
Okay. Yeah, my DC is 15. So that's 2d8s. That's 5 and a 6, so 11 points of
Okay,
radiant
so
damage.
is this your
to-
character?
Yes.
So you make it up your way up here to see them over
Yeah.
the hill. Are
I'm
you
staying.
also?
I'm staying back a little bit.
And I'll just blast that closest one.
Okay.
I'm backing away
Coward.
from the little girl.
I don't trust this.
And how
I'll
much
be
damage?
like 10 feet away from the little girl.
All right, you managed to hit it. You watch this burst into flame, and like half of the goo remains, but it's still kind of swarming. Now that you're closer, you make a history check because you might have seen something like this before.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Ooh, plus
Yes,
4, so 24.
These are called swarmers. They are basically swarms of micro nanobots that conglomerate together into large blobs and just roll over their victims, consuming them entirely, leaving nothing behind. Don't want them to get on top of you.
The goo.
Yeah, pretty much.
You don't know what they mean
Okay,
to.
cool.
So, you guys have, are we going into combat or are you guys running for it?
I say that we run for it. We got her. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, they're
Do
slow,
we want to
right?
check that this is actually a real human first and not some body
Do they
double
have,
meant
do
to
they have
trick us?
any way to relay that we're here? Do we have to kill them so that they don't tell other robots that we're here?
I mean, I
With your
was-
natural 20, you know that these things are basically like autonomous. They're not hooked up to anything. They just kind of search and
They would
destroy.
just Get out of there.
Yeah.
Concerning your
Leave them
question,
behind if we want to.
make a perception check on this little girl as you now stand a little bit farther away.
Totally a robot.
bad. 3.
She looks like a dirty, sad little girl. She has a blue dress and a black bow tie in her hair. She's like tears streaming down the face, just kind of sitting there like looking around confused. But now that you guys are on top of this hill and about to prepare to leave, she kind of turns up towards, who picked her up? You did?
I did.
Turns up towards you and says, "Thank you." And then you watch as she reaches up towards you to like give you a hug.
Oh no.
And the arms just split open and rip apart.
Oh no.
Goddamn called this.
I saw the
What did
Terminator.
what did I tell you?
Robots can't
What did
cry.
I tell you?
Robots can't cry.
They have
Arnold
speakers.
Schwarzenegger said it.
Speakers, dummy.
Okay, and then I need you guys to roll initiative, and we'll stop there for a second for
Goddamn
the next filming. But sounds good. This will be our break. We'll come back next time.
Cliffhangers.